welcome back everyone to the video series dedicated to CBS's Big Brother Season 22 All-Stars. Now, just like my previous videos, I'm going to be going into a review and recap on the most recent episode of Big Brother and then give a hand signal, and I will go into live feed updates, talking about Veto, the Veto winner, and if the veto was used. But let's just jump right into this episode, and right where last episode left off, we were in the middle of the HOH comp where people had to get on these teeter-totters, walk a kickball that was painted like a jack-o'-lantern, and then put it in the basket side of their teeter-totter and then walk back. And if you fell off your teeter-totter or the pumpkin fell out, you would have to restart the whole thing. Now, as we were watching this, I was like, okay, well, this seems to be in Christmas's bag. She has a great balance. She is strong in her quads and her legs, and I felt as though that this could have been one that she could easily win, and for the most part, it did look like that, as she had like 23 pumpkins at one point. She had 24, and Memphis was very close behind, and then Enzo was completely flopping throughout this whole one. He said his back was hurting, he couldn't get down, he couldn't go up, and he just kept on losing pumpkins left and right. We get down to Christmas only having one pumpkin left, and when she put the teeter-totter down, it went a little too quickly, and just one, that one ball just fell right out, and she had to restart the whole thing. And the same thing happened with Memphis, leaving the door wide open for Nicole to win this HOH competition. Now, when I first learned that Nicole was the new HOH, and after seeing what the competition was, I was like, hey, there must have been like everyone failing at this one, because we all know Nicole's falling over. She's very clumsy. There was no way that she was like perfectly skilled and balanced to do this one. It had to come down to other people making mistakes, and it did. I mean, Nicole went in there and took care of business and still won it with her ability and her skills. It just came at the expense of Christmas and Memphis making huge mistakes, and then Nicole being able to take her time to win this HOH comp, which left this episode very, very predictable. I mean, watching the live feeds all week, it was very, very boring, and I had to be thinking multiple times this week going, what are they going to fill this episode with? They're not even talking strategy. Half the time, people aren't even talking with each other. They're all in different rooms, just hanging out by themselves. So I was sitting there going like, what could they do, or what could they put into the episode to make it exciting or unpredictable? We get to see a little strategy talk with Nicole, talking with Christmas, talking with Memphis. That was like all but 30 minutes on the live feeds, and then that was pretty much it. We got so much garbage in this episode, with Christmas walking in on Enzo in the bathroom multiple times. On the second one that we saw, it was not funny to me anymore. That is completely Christmas just being oblivious of people in this house. She doesn't even knock on the door. She just opens the door. You're in a house with other people with a bathroom that does not lock. Knock for once, my goodness. And then we have a segment on a woman who asked for pictures of Enzo's feet. Like, really? This is what we're doing at Final Five? We're not even talking strategy? I mean, we all knew that Christmas and Memphis were going to be put up on the block. And so, to me, this was just all filler. It was like a hot dog, just a whole bunch of random parts put together to make you feel like it filled an hour of your time and to make you satisfied. But it wasn't. It wasn't very satisfied at all. I would have much rather like gone into the jury house and got to see Tyler walking in and talking to everybody and have 30 minutes of that. Like I said, like I mentioned, at the end of this episode, Memphis and Christmas were put up on the block. Nicole nominated them, and that is it for this episode. What'd you think about this episode? Let me know that in the comment section below. And now we're moving into live feed updates. I'm just going straight into it. I'm barreling into this. Now, as we know from the ending of the previous episode, that this veto competition was going to be BB Comics. I'm actually happy that they were able to make this competition for this season, because I was worried. I actually really like the creativity and the competition of the BB Comics, and I was actually worried that we weren't going to get to see it this season, but we do, so that's a highlight. So they played the BB Comics, and the winner of this week's veto is Nicole, and she did not use the power of veto, and it seems as though that Memphis is 100% the target for this week. So right now at this moment, because nobody's talking, they pretty much already had it settled that Memphis is going to be the one walking out and evicted on Thursday night. It's been a long time coming. I wish it was a double eviction and both these people could just leave the house together. One spicy detail that's happening within this house that happened just the other night or two, and that is the possibility or the suspicion that Memphis and Christmas kissed one night in the key room. There is a clip that's going around all social media, and it was Christmas and Memphis in the key room together one night. It's all pitch black, it's all dark. Christmas then gets up out of the bed, walks over to Memphis, and there's some hints or listening. If you listen very carefully, there's like hints or people think that possibly that there are some kissing noises. Other people are saying that they're whispering to each other, but they're the only two people in that room. And there's not a ton of people in the house. So it's kind of like, why would they have to go that close to whisper with one another if they're the only two people in that room? And they really don't have any power whatsoever. So why would they be whispering anyways if they were like in the room together? To me, it really doesn't seem like they were whispering to each other or like talking with each other. I'm putting all my money that they were making out with one another. And another thing is that really recently, after that clip was surfaced and it happened on the live feeds, Memphis's girlfriend started deleting all the Instagram pictures on her account that they had with each other, that Memphis was in with her. So it seems as though that relationship is ruined. I think that there is something going on with Memphis and Christmas, which is, it's really gag worthy to think that both of them are actually into each other and might start a relationship. It's making my stomach turn a little bit. But it seems as though that they've been really flirtatious. They've been getting really close in the past couple of weeks / month / 2 months in the game, and it feels as though that they might actually start like pursuing a relationship with one another, and it could go further past this game and into the jury house and then outside of this jury house. But other than what I've mentioned, nothing else is happening within this house. Like I said, this house is dead. Some people are talking, some people are not, and they just like don't want to hang out with each other anymore. They know the lines are drawn in the sand. And right now, as it stands, Christmas and Memphis are up on the block, and Memphis is the target for this week. But that is it for this video. What'd you think about this episode? Let me know that in the comment section below. What do you think about Nicole winning this HOH? What do you think about her putting up Memphis and Christmas? What do you think about them targeting Memphis? And also, what do you think about the whole kissing scandal between Memphis and Christmas? Do you think it was actually a kiss? Have you seen the clip? Do you think it's whispering? I think it's a full blown out makeout session when they thought they were in the room by themselves and no cameras were on them. Psych! You got caught red-handed. But that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. While you're down there, hit that like and subscribe button. I'll be back really soon with more Big Brother content, more challenge content, more content in general. But until then, peace.